Hello, everybody. It is that time of the week again. And this time, for the first time this season, we have entered the semifinals. And with that, I am so excited to introduce your first semifinal winner, Zac Pauga. Zac, it has been a few weeks since we've spoken. How are you feeling? How has the competition been versus the preliminaries versus the semifinal victory?
I'm feeling great. That's in my final victory. It feels so good. And now I'm just excited that people can know, that I'm through into the finals and I'm here to win the whole thing.
I mean, how good does that feel? I mean, you are a finalist. Okay. The probability or the potential for you to be the season 30 Ultimate Fighter is very real at this point.
Yeah, honestly, I expected this. It's just the next step in my journey. This is what I went there for. This is what I know I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not surprised by it at all.
Love the confidence. And I think a lot of people on the season, including your coach, have and had a lot of confidence in you. Before you even fought Jordan, your opponent, she said that this has the possibility of being the fight of the season. How good does it feel knowing that so many people feel so confident in who you are as a fighter?
It feels really good. And it's something that I didn't really expect. Joining the show, I was a light heavyweight. This is my first time fighting professionally at heavyweight. So I thought I'd be the underdog coming in. And right away, Juliana was in my ear telling me how she thinks I'm going to win the whole thing, how she has all this confidence in me, and it really boosted me.
Yeah, something that was probably pretty tough for you, and you actually expressed kind of the emotions you were experiencing, was the fact that you had to fight a teammate in the semifinal round. I know you talked us through a little bit of how you were feeling on the episode, but just talk to me more about how that was, because I, for one, can't imagine being in that position. I'm also not a fighter, but there's also that.
So there was a little bit of drama this season, right? About teams, about people talking to other team members, people on the other team and stuff like that. And obviously at the end of the day, some of us had to fight our teammates. And it's a weird scenario. Like Jordan literally slept 5 feet away from me for 7 weeks. We were in the same room, sleeping across from each other. But I'm a professional fighter. This is what I do for my job, for my livelihood. So I'll fight anybody. At the end of the day, they just need to sign on that dotted line, and it doesn't make a difference. It could be my mom or dad. If they sign the line and get in the octagon, then it's on.
Mom, dad, you hear that? Okay. There are no friends in the octagon. But I think that's such a great mindset to have. And honestly, Juliana said it best. This is the position she wanted her team to be in, because the fact that you had to fight a teammate means that Team Pena is in the lead. They had more moving on to the semifinal round than Team Nunes did. So there's something to be said about that factor. You had a tremendous journey getting here, and one that Juliana has been by your side every step of the way. But in this particular fight, because you were facing a teammate, Juliana said, look, I don't feel comfortable cornering either one of you, because that obviously wouldn't be fair. And I'm pulling for both of you because you're both on my squad. So what was it like being able to bring in your own coach to corner you?
It was really amazing having Vinny Lopez come out and corner me. Not just because he's my coach, not just because I'm familiar with him, but because he is the best coach in MMA. And I know everybody says that about their coach, but look what our team is doing. Look what Team Elevation is doing. Me, Curtis Blades. We are the best team in the world. So having the best coach in the world out there to corner me on the Ultimate Fighter was amazing. And I really need to give a shout out to Juliana too, because she asked me, first of all, she said, hey, I think we might split up the coaches. Who do you want? And I told her, I said, listen, I want who's ever going to help me hurt Jordan. I'm going to go out there and try and put him to sleep. And whoever's going to do that, whoever feels okay, comfortable doing that, that's who I want. And they sat around and said, none of us feel comfortable doing that. Like, let's get you someone that's going to go in there with the same mindset you have.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. What was your coach's reaction when you called him and you're like, Coach, I need you here and I need you now?
He was pumped. He didn't really know what was happening. He wasn't expecting a call. He thought something bad might have happened, but he was pumped. And this is just how we do things here on our team. Like, he was ready to have my back. We only got to call him a day before the fight. So he got a day's notice to get on a flight and fly out to Vegas and do this thing. So I'm just grateful to have him in my corner.
Well, he did his job well. You did your job well additionally, but you could hear him the entire time. I remember one word very repetitiously coming out of his mouth, and that was patience. Is that something you've had to continuously practice while being in the octagon? Is it something you struggle with, or something you feel like you've gotten really good at, is practicing that patience?
So it's something I've gotten better at. I want to go in there and just tear everyone apart that I'm facing. And it's part of my background, being a football player, being a rugby player. You go hard for short durations, but that's not what a fight is like. So a big part of my growth and progress has been slowing down and just letting the fight materialize and letting it come, which this fight was a perfect example of that.
Yeah, you got the second round knockout. Referee had to stop the fight. How did that feel, getting the victory and realizing you were one step closer to becoming the Ultimate Fighter?
So this was bittersweet. I feel like I put on an amazing performance. I got the knockout. It was almost a perfect fight, but I had to hurt my friend. Me and Jordan are still friends. He's my buddy. So immediately I felt wonderful. It felt great, to put him in the ground, to put him to sleep like that. But then I had to take a moment, kneel and make sure he was okay as well.
Yeah. What is a conversation like following a fight like that when you're facing a friend?
There's no hard feelings. We are both warriors. We both went in there. Jordan wanted to do that to me. He wishes he would have knocked me out, but he didn't. And he understands that. And so do I. So there's no hard feelings. We don't have any grudges against each other. It's just the best man won. And that's what fighting's about.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you go now because I think you're at practice and I think you might be in a storage closet.
I am in the storage closet at the gym at practice. Yes.
Well, as always, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy life to come chat and listen. You are so close. You can take that final victory. So, Zac, we will see you in the finals.
You absolutely will. Thank you.
And maybe you won't be in a storage closet should you be doing that final interview with us.
No, hopefully it'll be in person.
All righty. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.